Hello, everyone, and a lovely good evening, and welcome to another episode of the Youth Impact Parliament Talk Show, a show where young voices speak on national issues. On today's episode, we are discussing one of the most concerning issues that is very, very important to national security, and it's all about online safety and cyberbullying challenges, risk, and youth responsibility. And as you always do this, we are transmitting live from the studios of Stone City 90.7 FM. And as always, I have two amazing guests with me in the studios today who are going to help you and I understand today's episode. As usual, I'm your host, Matilda Akosua Docia. And after this quick musical break, we will be right back. Hello, everyone, and welcome back from that quick musical break. And it's time to meet our guests. And joining me in the studios today are three most amazing youth that are also going to help you and I understand today's topic. And the first person I have here is Honorable Belief Akosu, the youth MP for Keta, and also the Majority Chief Whip. Then we also have Honorable Emmanuel Nyate, the Afadato South Youth MP, who is also the first Deputy Majority Chief Whip. And also, we also have Honorable Charles Jehu, the Youth MP for Katamanso, and Miss Wilhelmina Okutu, the Clerk of Parliament. Welcome to today's episode, gentlemen.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
on today's topic on the growing concern of online safety and cyberbullying. Honorable Belief, let's start by first asking you, how do you think social media platform is better can better protect Ghanaian youth from online harassment?
Okay, thank you very much, cherished listeners. And it's amazing that things can be protected, but mostly we the youth ourselves are sometimes the one that open our door down for them to enter. But one thing that I always point out on this cyberbullying or protect from this crime on the online, one of the things we have is to actually strengthen our security system, whereby we know NCAs or most of those people who are in charge and all those things. So we need to put policy aside and also try to help each other, educate our youths about what's involved, how they can even mentally they can be defrauded. So we need to educate them most about those things. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I think we didn't get the questions right. I was asking, how do you think social media can help the Ghanaian youth fight cyber harassment?
And so we can use social media as a education for Ghanaian youth,
Mm-hmm.
whereby we can actually put a lot of education over not only in traditional classrooms, but a lot of education can be done through the platform of social media to be able to reach every youth, Ghanaian youth, to avoid this problem that we are having now currently.
Okay, thank you very much. Also, as at 2024 and early 2026, our cybersecurity system has faced significant threats that has resulted to high volume data theft. And looking at the ratio proportion, it's approximately 43.7%. Can we say it's a good start? Because if we are trying to fight cyberbullying as youth of this country, because we are more into the digital world than the millennials. So I would say, is it good? Is it that we are exposing ourselves or we are not fighting enough to curb cybersecurity in this country? Honorable Emmanuel.
All right. Thank you, cherished listeners. Good evening to you all. Now, you see, this cyberbullying topic, um, from my perspective, the
Mm,
internet is a permanent ink, and so it's
okay.
not a pencil.
Okay.
That we can equally say once an information is put across, it can easily be erased. Once an information gets into the internet, the rate at which it travels is very fast. So with the percentage, I would say it's not a good start. Yes,
Mm,
for which we need to look at it, and then as my um, co-panelist also said, education is more important, which
mhm.
with the education level will be able to educate the public and also make sure that we reduce that particular rate at which we started from.
Okay, thank you very much. Honorable Charles, Honorable Charles, hello.
Hello.
Yes, Honorable Emmanuel just spoke about digital footprint, which is also one significant issue relating to cyber security and bullying. Do you think the youth of today don't take digital footprint seriously in the essence that whatever you post on the media could be traced and used against you in the near future? Do you think the youth of today don't take digital footprint seriously?
Yes. Okay. First of all, let me say a very good evening to our cherished listeners.
Mm,
And I will say is that they don't they don't take a heed of those things. One of the key things I think you should be doing is that as a youth, before you post a content, there should be a
mm,
this question you should ask yourself: Who need to see this? Who need to see this? So that we know the kind of content we put out there. Because whatsoever you put out there today will be kept for you. Like as our honorable member said, it's not a pencil to be erased. It's there for ages and it will come back. So whatever we need, whatever we put out there, we should also ask ourselves this question: Who needs to see this? If nobody needs to see it, then we don't need to put it out. And that's what I would say for now. Thank
okay,
you.
thank you very much for that. Looking at our current social media rates, gone were the days where whatever you say couldn't be traced back to you because it wasn't a digital world. So I was thinking, in a world where gone were the days where digital footprint wasn't a problem, But youth of today, though exposed to the social media handles, right, we would say are the main causes of cyberbullying and security. And one of the major factors that contribute to our cybersecurity reasons in illegal, this unauthorized loan apps. Do you think this unauthorized loan apps, the government is not doing anything to curb it, or the policies and the policies that are put in place to curb this are not working?
All right, thank you. I think they are not doing much, because if you see the number of these apps, that's if you take a YouTube as an example, you go on YouTube and you are watching a particular video. If you see the number of these apps that come loan based and the rest, I think there has to be a regulation on these kind of platforms, because they are defrauding people day in day out. And I will not say the government, but the state institutions are not doing much to combating these some of these platforms, to regulate them.
Mm.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that input. And Honorable Emmanuel.
Okay, thank you very much. Now, speaking on the cyber bullying, you see,
Mm,
I think that there is something that we can actually do, which currently most of our people are feeling reluctant. When we look at
mm,
it, for instance, instead of we rather being mentorship, we are rather being monitors. And you
mm,
monitoring a child or a teenager at this particular instance is just like you are just trying to avoid him from exposing him or herself. And so
mm.
by so doing, the person will also be willing to explore more. So by exploring, that is where the other stuff comes in. That's where the negative aspect comes in. And so I think monitoring is a tool, but when we look at the mentorship, is a solution. So if we actually try to put a spy and then you say aspiring a kid and all those stuffs, I think with that it will escalate the whole problem. But when we say we will try to put measures or to the government helping and also making sure that parents tries to be the mentor to their child and try to put that mentorship skill over there, it will go a long way to at least help and then reduce the cyberbullying.
Okay. And cyberbullying has major effects, and one of those effects is depression and suicide. And we've recorded a lot of cases, ratioed to 37.8%, where cyberbullying has caused a life in Ghana. Looking back in 2025, there were lots of cases of cyberbullying, which is sharing of inappropriate content, people's content, invading of people's privacy, and leaking of people's needs on the social media. Is it that the rules regulated to this particular forces are not being implemented as Ghanaians? From what she said, that we can't blame the government. So is it right to say that those cyberbullying cases that have not been dealt with, let's say it in that way, it's not a hindrance to the rest, because there are people out there that are bullying people through the media and are going scot free? Can we say our regulations are not working enough? People are not being educated enough. And you spoke of one important rule, that is monitoring a child. Don't you think these children are highly educated enough to know, oh, digital footprints? Because IT is one thing. One of I learned IT is now a core subject that is needs to be studied. So definitely cyberbullying would be taught in school. Is it that these children are not picking it up from there, or they feel like, oh, I'm sure this is the new generation. I feel like I post whatever I want to post without regulations from whatever app it is. Honorable Charles.
Okay, thank you very much. I think from what my honorable said, uh, this generation, like I don't know how to put this one in particular, but as you said, they feel like they deserve to post whatever they need to post. So, and if you come to the education aspect of it, they are very much aware of these things, but they feel like they deserve to post whatever they deserve to live their life however they places to live it. So they tend to do uh, to post any content they want to post, neglecting the future effect that it will have on their lives or on their image. Like I said earlier, that when you want to post any content, you should first of all ask yourself, well, who need to see this? Would this make an impact that I wanted it to or the effect I want the thing to have? Will it have that effect? So that these are some of the questions our youth should be asking themselves before they tend to put things out there, because every single thing you put out there will have an effect later. Some might not be now, but to be later.
Okay.
Where I think recently I chanced on a video where there's a lady that spoke about uh, um, a Uber driver, and she thought she was just sharing her life, like as her blogging aspect. So she was
Mm-hmm.
just sharing a part of her life. Little did she know that whatsoever that she's sharing on another app will be brought to the limelight, and she received a backlash to the point that if care was not taken, she could have done something to herself. Who knows? So I think that's what I would say for now. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you for that great input. And we are still talking about monitoring issues when it comes to cyber security cases in Ghana. But how can an individual protect themselves from cyberbullying? Because in Ghana, this is one of the major cases we face online, especially TikTok, where people tend to do this without prior notice that, oh, I'm bullying someone online. Sometimes comments being left under your post is a form of cyberbullying, verbal cyberbullying, but people don't understand. Is it that the education on this particular topic in our schools are not being dealt with properly or are not being taught very well? Because sometimes looking at the syllabus and the time given, teachers sometimes are not able to cover this particular topics before end of the year. What are some of the measures you could do as a youth MP to curb this major problem?
All
Honorable
right.
Liman.
Thank you. Uh,
All right. Thank you very much. You see, when we come down to our educational system, when we come to this time, they are not doing ICT, it's computing. Then
Mm,
with the computing, it's embedded in it,
mm,
where we have uh, health and safety and the use of what computer devices. So when we look at it, everything starts from there, and the education needs to be done right from school. Once they are explaining that aspect of it, they have to let them know the effect and also the good side of it. Uh-huh. But when we if I as I am the youth MP, what I want to put also across is you know it's a collective responsibility. If I say a
mm,
collective responsibility, this is where teachers also are involved, parents are involved, the youth agencies are also involved. Then also the media houses, they are also involved. Now, when we look at TikTok, for instance,
mm.
they are also monitoring the system. And so anytime harmful content comes in, they can equally regulate it. But it's like of late, when such things are moving viral, they don't even try to regulate such things. So that is where the cyberbullying comes in. Someone personal stuff is on air, At times, the person will even be asleep. Midnight, the person posts. But before the person wakes up, then the whole information is moving about. So these are some of the things. Once we involve everyone and then we make it a collective responsibility, there
Mm.
will be able to fight this cyberbullying. And I think with that, collectively, we'll be able to make a headway.
Okay, thank you very much, Honorable Emmanuel. Honorable Believe.
Okay, thank you very much once again. With this, with help of government alone, I think that they cannot do all because
Mm.
uh, how much can government do? How much can agencies do? All those they are
Mm-hmm.
supposed to. So the power is in our hand. We the youth, we the people on the social media.
Mm.
We sometimes you see people they are on social media. They see some things that they don't know anything about it, but they say click before you continue. You see our
Mm.
youth just clicking. And once you click those things, your all your informations has been collected.
Mm.
So we the youth, we aside education, we need also to sit down. If you don't have anything doing or no, you don't have anything to post, you don't have any much, don't go there. Because as my other panelists said, social media is not like a pencil that you can easily erase. Whatever is being posted, it will remain over there. I quite remember some years back when we came to ATU those days.
Mm.
And there's this guy who, from first year, started posting unnecessary things on social media. Then
Mm-hmm.
when he got to final year, second year, he's not thinking of contesting for SRC position. When he got there, not knowing they've already screenshot most of his posts before he came. Before he come, he deleted some of them, but he didn't know that it had been screenshot. So they was telling him. Then he was disqualified. Why those things? So we shouldn't be like someone is monitoring us before we do what is right. At the end of the day, you are actually disturbing your own self, or you're actually exposing your own self. And also, as I said earlier on, some of these things should be put in a syllabus that from primary school, we should be educating our young ones and our parents. Sometimes we shouldn't allow these young guys holding phone anyhow because some of them they don't know anything about this. And one thing I realized that with the youth is that we actually when they are telling us don't do this, we think it's they are worrying us, but we want to experience the thing before. By that time you experience the thing has over you. All your information are out there, and all that's happened to you. A lot of things happen to you with mentally, even educate sometimes to affect your mentality, which if you
Mm.
coming out once again before, you will not get it again. So let's be mindful of everything that we post. Let us not only rely on the government, the regulatory agencies that they are supposed to. No, they are at the first point, they are not the one posting the things. We are the one posting the things. So we should be able to protect ourselves first before the agencies can also protect us. So I'm advising each all of us. I'm also inside, you also inside. You the one listening, you also part. Let's do our best also to protect our data that we have. Don't just go and be posting anything on social media because sometimes you feel bored or you've gotten a broken. No, let's do what is right so that we all live in peace. That's what I have to say for that. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable Believe. You spoke a lot and you spoke lengthy on someone waking up to see her videos being leaked and other stuff. But would say in contrast to that, we offer a course aimed at the tertiary level called coding and hacking. Don't you think that particular course under data science is a problem? It's equipping the students to actually manipulate someone's systems and get sensitive information from them and later bribe them with that.
Oh, okay. And we're teaching that kind of course at tertiary level. You see, in everything, we have both pros and cons.
Mm.
So teaching that is also helping to help one way or the other, whereby how will I say it? It will also bring revenue to other people and also help to protect others. The same way it can also use to fraud others. So we cannot say that we should actually remove it because people are using it to fraud, but we need to regulate it. We need to put measure, just like somebody created a virus. At the same time, he has created antivirus. So
Mm.
once we have been taught that program at tertiary level, we
Mhm.
should also find a way to monitor that so that it also not be a problem, because teaching that course is also an advantage to the society and at the same time disadvantage. But we will not watch only a disadvantage and say that, oh no, we shouldn't teach. No, we are supposed to teach, but we are supposed to educate our youth very well how to use it and also let them know the effect of it. And also, even with that, sometimes let them know when you are caught involving that activities. These are some of the things that you go through. And you see, we shouldn't be lenient to people like that. When you are found a victim, let's use the people for example. Let's use them for case study. Let's use them whatever punishment that they need to go through. Let them go through. And I think that others will learn from inside.
Okay, that was a great insight you just spoke on it. And Honorable Emmanuel, most of our listeners listening right now would want to ask, what are the name of these agencies or which agencies in Ghana are responsible for cyberbullying and cybersecurity problems, and what are some of the legal consequences people found wanting to these courses might get or serve?
Hello.
Yeah, hello, Honorable Emmanuel.
Please, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can.
Oh, okay. Please, if you can come again with a question.
Honorable Belief spoke about the need of um the need for this particular course to be taught so that we could look at both the negative aspect and the positive aspect. And that brings us to our next question, which is, what are the agencies responsible for cyber security and cyberbullying cases in Ghana?
Oh, okay. So, as my honorable also did the presentation, we have the Ministry of Communication and then Digitalization. Those are, I would say that is a bigger board that is in charge and looking at any other informations that goes out. But we have other sub agencies that actually help. That's the Data Protection Commission, and
Mhm.
also we have the National Communication Authority. Then from there, we also have the Ghana Police Service, and then I think we also have the Ghana Police Service that will actually undertake whatever uh, cyberbullying that goes on. And I am very much even happy that of late, our Ghana Police Service, they've been very active on these particular issues, because when we have any other cyberbullying matters like this, and then it gets to them, they act on it very fast, and then at the end of the day, we are able to get results. So with the help of these agencies, they will actually help us to regulate the cyberbullying.
Okay, thank you very much. Honorable Charles.
Okay, thank you very much. So, like Honorable Belief said, this course should be taught actually. Me, I think it should be taught at the second cycle institutions, so that from there, because you see most of these young ones, when they finish these secondary schools, then they start some start social media and all that, and they don't have much knowledge about what goes on there. how people can take hold of your accounts and whatsoever. And moreover, I'm also suggesting that we should uh, bring out some initiative in tackling the galamsey, which is
Mm,
responsible mining. We can
mm,
bring something like responsible blogging, responsible content creation, whereby organize programs and then teach the young ones that want to go into content creation, the one that want
mm,
to go into blogging, and how they should go about it, and what they should do and what they should not do, and the consequences of every action that they go, or every law that they go against. So I think those will help us curb this cyberbullying. Thank you. That's what I have.
okay. Thank you very much. You said children should be taught this in the second cycle institution. Now, this brings me to my second question, the most important question. We have countries like the Singapore and the Australian, even UK, who needs legal educated permit, a degree, for instance, before you can start content creation. And of legal age is 16 before you can start content creation. But let's come back to the African society where a child as low as 13, 12 years is on the media with the help of their mom, all in the name of family content. Do you think this form of media has exposed these younger ones into posting inappropriate content on social media that would sometimes result in cyberbullying? For instance, a child posting a child content or adult content in that matter get a lot of um flashbacks from commenters and be like, "Oh, you are too childish, like you are too young to be posting this kind of content." And we see their parents jump at their defense. It's my child. You can't tell me what to do. Cases like that in the African society in Ghana per se, do you think that should be this type of law should be legalized where if you are a degree holder, you are allowed to pursue content creation. But if you don't have a degree, you don't have to get into content creation. What are your takes on this, Honorable Charles?
All right, thank you. I will agree to it to some extent, but I will disagree to some extent also. If you
Can
want
we know
to,
why? Can we know why you would agree to some extent?
yeah, if you want them to have a degree before they can post content, it's going to create chaos because already they are doing it already. So if there are some things you should educate them on it, and the law has to be put into place. And before the law is being put in place, they have to educate them on the law and the consequences. And I am against where parents use their children to make content
Mm,
just for views and money, and and they also mislead them, and they also feel like they can also post anything that they wish they can because their parents are supporting them.
mm,
That one I don't support that. But as for the law, when the law they want to implement the law, they should educate them. They cannot say that if you don't have a degree, you cannot do content. That one, if you say that, it's going to create a lot of chaos in the system. Thank you.
well, Honorable Charles, my question will be directed to you again from what you just said. Don't you think the main reason behind this particular initiative is to drive educative yet goal-oriented convos on particular issues? For instance, like a scholar who has a degree in communication is allowed to speak on vital and important information when it comes to national issues, unlike someone who just stands up, create anything for like without thinking about the consequences of whatever input he or she is going to bring out there. Then stands up one random morning and be like, okay, there is this national issues, for example, the Russian guy in Ghana who ended up violating the rights and privacy of Ghanaian and other countries in our country. We've seen news around that the Russian president is out warning Ghanaian to prepare for war if any action is being taken against the Russian guy. My question right now is, if we had educated people on topics like this, don't you think the problem at hand would have been handled easily and well in a well mannered way, other than just anybody from anywhere jumping on this, like, this crucial topic?
All right, thank you. I would say everybody is entitled to his or her own view. So, and regarding to the Russian case that you make reference to, I don't personally think that I've not seen that post yet, but I don't per what I know, I don't think Russian president will come out with a statement like that. For what I know is that Russia is trying to gain influence in Africa, and the future is Africa. If you we all know that the future is Africa, as our president have also said, the future is
Mm,
Africa. Russia is trying to also get gain trust from Africans to do business with them, because Africa is the market. So I don't think Russia president will speak on such conduct and to threaten Ghana. So, and moreover, if you want to say that people should get a degree before they do content, how happened to our local radio stations where we have our brothers and sisters that don't they have not been to they are maybe they have been to school to JHS level and they drop out and they've learned a skill and they are doing well and they have a good communication skills and they speak on issues on our local dialect. They dissect issues very well. So what happens to those people? So if we want to measure this with a degree, there are some people with degree they cannot even do to that level. So I would say that still the degree we shouldn't put, but there should be a law that when and everybody should be made aware that when you break this law and so will come for you, and there should be an enforcement to this law so that people will respect this law. If a family you are exposing your children by doing content, you should be apprehended and it should explain and it should if possible the law should deal with you so that we'll stop this kind of content that we are creating. This I would say I've not seen much Ghanaian family as compared to the Nigerian, but we are all in the social media space, and that's what I have to say for now. Thank you very much.
okay, Miss Wilhelmina, welcome and thank you for joining us on today's episode.
Thank you too.
Okay, so there is this particular issues on parents, especially mothers, regulating their children on cyberbullying and educating them. You, as the only lady on today's discussion, I would love to throw this sensitive question to you and ask, as a mother, would you allow your children be exposed to digital media at an early age?
Thank you for the question. At an early age, I mean, right now we are in a generation where even if yourself you don't teach the children, they will learn themselves.
Mm,
And why? Reasons why is the schools they attend. Right now, when children go to schools, their friends are a big sort of influence in the first place. So you,
mm,
the parents, can be in the house thinking you have restricted your child from being on the socials, but when they go out, they are on it without your knowledge.
mm,
So it's all about you would how you would talk to your child, or you would monitor your child's movements. So,
mm,
if you, the parents, are able to advise your child and regulate them well, don't do this or don't do that. I think that's better than restricting them. Now we are in a system where if you restrict your child from doing something, that's where they will do it more. And when you find out, you will get hurt. So even with us, some of us as old as we are, I mean, in our 20s, people do things when their parents don't know. So if the children at an early age and you try to restrict them, they might possibly get knowledge about it without letting you know. But I think if we regulate them or talk to them, these are the pros and the cons. Though you can do this, but don't do that. I think that would help. But restricting them can actually cause a whole lot. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that insightful contribution you just gave. But this brings us to one major question. We all would have to. What are some of the prevention measures one could take to secure their personal data and information in the system to prevent cybersecurity effects and bullying in a sense whereby if the system is being hacked, your information is still safe, no one can get access to them.
Thank you for the question. Um, Even on WhatsApp, I think we have verification codes and
Mm,
other things. So even WhatsApp has a two-step verification code. So all these things are things we are supposed to look out to, because some people wait for them to get hacked before they even know that we have a two-step verification code, even
mm,
on WhatsApp. Honestly, as I'm here, I've never experienced anything like hacking on my WhatsApp before. So we should learn more. I mean, we as of we don't read more, so that's why we are prone to some of this cyberbullying and other things. So if we read more, we would know. So this sharing of codes, I mean, it's not everybody you would give your codes to, especially our parents. Some of them, when they are going to withdraw money, they send anybody, give their codes to them, and then they all end up with this cyberbullying and stuff. So I think we should keep our information more personal. And then when we are posting, so we should know that if you are posting this at the end, if somebody posts it again, you won't get offended, because so far as you are posting it, that means it's something you want everybody to see. That's why you have posted it. So if it gets out and then people reshare it, or like it goes out on other socials, you shouldn't get offended. And if people try to bully us, we should know our rights. We have rights. I mean, recently we saw what Fela McCaffrey did when somebody tried to use words on her daughter when she posted.
yeah.
Yeah, she stood up. So somebody like that, you can't bully her on the socials, you get. So if we're able to
Mm,
stand, but some people, if it was said like that, they'll just be making jokes out of it, and then probably the person means what he or she has said, and definitely it would happen. But the moment you stand up for your rights, everything is sorted. So thank you.
thank you very much. Honorable Belief.
All right, thank you very much once again. And I think what I think that we should be doing, we should just not be posting anyhow. Think before posting or
Mm,
commenting something that have been posted on social media. And also, we should be able to treat people how we want us to be treated. And also, I think, aside that, use platform tools that are trusted. As I said earlier on, it's not everything that you will see when you're on social media, you're online, then they will say that click and continue, then you to go and click. I remembered my secretary at work. One day she was just there, and then they told her that you have a meeting and this is your platform. So enter this code. And she also went to enter the code, and her WhatsApp was hacked. Yes. So some of these things we should be aware that these things exist, so that when it comes, because every time they bring in new tricks, today they'll use trick A, and you think you know it. Tomorrow they'll use different tricks. So all of us that let's be very vigilant, very abreast with things that are happening with us. Let's treat each other well. Let's be kind online. Let us not be try to be bullying people, talking to people anyhow. When somebody posted something, you feel that what the person posted is not okay, it's not nice, it doesn't sound well to you. At least tell the person back door. Charlie, what this is posted, no, this not this thing. Don't you think it's so and so? Then we help each other. But if you are leaving each other in a midst of problem like that, it will affect and it will affect all of us. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Honorable child.
All right, thank you. As Honorable Believer said, we should think through what we post. But I think at times too, regarding to Honorable Wilhelmina, he said something. So the average child should not just be told that, oh, don't do this. I think in our African continent, what we do is that we just tell you that stop this. They will not tell you when you do this will happen to you. They will just say to stop it. Then when immediately they say stop it, then you begin to think that what is there? So your curiosity to will even lead you to go and find out what is there. And I also think that on the social media, at times people do bully people their without them being aware that they are bullying you. They do just to impress other people, to feel like they know what they are talking about. So I think we should be much concerned about people's mental health and know what to say under people's comment section, and what to say. What that you will not like, don't do it to other person. That's what I have to say for now. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much for that insightful journey from all our panelists. We are going for a quick musical break. The conversation still continues after we return. Thank you very much. Okay, welcome back from that quick musical break. And we still have our guest panelists in the studio with us on the most important topic as in our Ghanaian society today, cyberbullying and cybersecurity protection in Ghana. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back from that quick musical break.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Before we went on the musical break, we start the ball rolling on the topic why it is needed to prevent cyberbullying security in Ghana. Now, let's look at the major challenges in fighting cyberbullying cases in Ghana. Honorable Charles, you as a young man in the media industry, how has it been? What are some of the challenges you face in fighting cyberbullying security?
All right, thank you. I would say it's a challenging it's a challenging task, and where you don't expect is where it will come from. So you will be at times you will even be confused on what step to take further.
Mm,
Just recently, I a colleague of mine or a co-worker, I received a message from the number
mm,
that I should help her out with some amount of money. But
mm,
instantly I denoted that this is not how we converse. So I decided to ignore that, and later I had a call that her account was hacked. But this time around, nothing showed that the number has changed to a different number. You will not see anything in the chat. So I don't know
mm,
how. So they keep evolving, they keep changing. When they know that you've seen their model of operandi, then they begin to find another way to do it that you will not even get to see the loopholes to detect that they are actually fraudsters or imposters. So it's a challenging task to detect or to fight. It's challenging, very very challenging. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Miss Wolohimina.
Sorry, please, the line was breaking. Can I get the question?
Okay, we were speaking on factors that contribute to cyberbullying cases and
Oh,
the challenges we encounter when we are trying to fight cyberbullying cases in Ghana. What are your takes on this? We have lack of awareness that we spoke on earlier. We have um culture factor, which some societies or communities assume. You talk to someone, oh, I'm being bullied on the internet. They're like, that is not real. They are just doing it for clout. So, in your opinion, what are some of the challenges you think Ghanaian youth face when fighting cyberbullying and security cases?
oh, okay. Some challenges. Some people when they how do you call, they encounter this cyberbullying, it affects their mental. Definitely, somebody like me, if I'm being bullied, it can affect my mental health. Honestly, because some of us are too like soft and to take things like that. The moment you do things like that to the person becomes down and doesn't know what to do. That's how some people even fall to the fact that they are
Mm,
being how do you call it? They even pay money to people like that just to keep their messages or videos like that. So it can affect the victim's mental health. It also causes anxiety, loneliness, and self
mm.
esteem. And also, it causes like severe people even commit suicide due to cyberbullying and the whole lot. So the challenges is a whole lot, honestly.
Okay. Thank you very much for that great insight. Honorable Believe.
Okay, thank you very much once again. And one of my biggest challenge is the people we report to. I
Okay.
you have that issue, then you go and report to Ghana Police Service. In Ghana, the fact is that even that police people you're going to report to, you will be working, you'll be at the end of the day, nothing actually will be done about it. So people are people don't even report it at all, and that's as Wilhelmina said, that can affect you because it
Mm,
happened and you don't report it, then you are keeping it in you, and these things can even come with your BP going higher, and you and I know when your people go high, BP go higher, what what is the consequence that it can happen to your inside. And then so one the most challenging I have is the people we report to. Because the
mm,
question is sometimes we report, they'll tell you we are working on it, Charlie, do you be calling them, nothing will be done. So our prayer is that this necessary quarters that we report to should be up and doing. They should make sure that they have the necessary tools, necessary resource, able to fight or get people. And these are people who do fraud are also not in our territory. They are outside our country. So the question now is that even how will you want to do it? I can't remember 2012 or 2013. There was one person who I said I was very surprised. The person was uh, emailing me for more than a year, telling me, "Oh, I all my children are that my children died, so I want to have you as a son." Then me too, I was playing along. Almost a year later, then the person started to fraud me that we have sent you 15 laptops. So the person that gave it to the person is Senegal. The person cannot come to Ghana again. So if you can send him about 1,005, he can send you. Then I said, oh, you shouldn't worry. The person should sell half of the 15 laptops and use the money to transfer the rest to me. And since that the person stopped chatting, but
Mm.
assuming somebody else, the person have that money and it's not strong enough. The person can say, hey, 15 laptop, let me send thousands and get 15. And the person he can easily send. And when that person send, how to get a person, if you report it, these people have not to be done. So our necessary bodies who are in charge of this, we plead with them when such thing happen, they should give us a quick solution so that we can be encouraged and be reporting. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for that insightful contribution and input. We've heard from our panelists and we all heard what they said. But our listeners are also free to have their input put on board. So we are going to activate the platform for our listeners to also join us with their suggestion. Miss Wilhelmina.
So, thank you. And before our listeners can join, I wanted to say something about the coding and hacking courses we are studying. I feel like, yes, it can be studied in the tertiary, but then it should be for a group of people, because now we are in a system where we all study courses for to what we want to do. So if somebody who wants to be in the police sector can actually do coding and this hacking, because on a normal, if incidents happen, death cases, they're able to hack into the person's phone and know like or the person's recent calls, text, and other things. I feel that one is more safer than allowing everybody to go and do it. I mean, it's even free online classes on coding and hacking where we the youth go and learn this, not for the good but for the bad. So I feel like it should be limited to a group of people, so that when cyberbullying happens, we know that we are going in for these people. This is where it is coming from, because these are the people that know how to do this, and I think that would help us a bit. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that. And what do you guys think about victims that often hesitate to speak out due to the stigma or fear of retaliation from the uh, police and the forces that are supposed to fight for us legally? We have a case whereby Honorable Believe and Miss Wilhelmina just contributed to saying that they are scared to speak up. But is it that sometimes when they go and report, what the people in charge who are supposed to help us fight demand for is very outrageous? Can you also limit some of the factors to that side?
Okay, this is why some people don't speak up. Fine. When somebody comes to say, "Oh, I've been bullied," cyber or this, or they do it so normal, like that's what they do to us. Like you guess it. Oh, my phone has been hacked. Oh, it's normal. No, it's not normal. You should take action. You should speak up. Forget the stigma. Forget what people will say. It's your right, so you should fight for it. Even when you go to the police station and they try to mess with you, you should let them know that it's your right and you are standing on it. It's because we are timid. We become timid, like low self-esteem, so we are not able to speak up. If this is what you want it. I mean, when you go to the police station and then you tell them that you want this, they will do it. If you go and they even shout at you and you tell, oh, this is what you want, they will do it for you and you'll be sorted out. So I don't think the stigma and then low self-esteem would help us. We should be courageous enough to stand on our rights and we'll be fine. Thank you.
Thank you very much. To those of our listeners who want to ask, who want to have an input on this particular topic, the platform is open to you. Honorable Charles, any suggestions or input?
All right, thank you. I want to speak on what my honorable member just said. He said something that the coding and the rest should be limited to a certain group of people, like the police she made reference to. But I think it should be a broad thing, because when you know, not as in that broad, but it should be a broad thing that people can wish to learn. Because when you know how to do something and somebody is using the same thing to want to defraud you, you will know how to counter it and then prevent that. And also the aspect where we normalize every crime, every cyber crime. We think that, oh, this one, when it's nothing. When I say it, nobody will take any action against the individual. You see, I would say this is not a cyber crime, but if this if this is treated bad, this is treated this way, so how much more a cyber crime that you don't have much evidence to prove. So I have a case. I just don't want to mention the location, but my personal belongings were stolen in a room. So I reported a case to the police, but because I wasn't having a car, I wasn't having money at that point in time. My case was not handled well, even though I have evidence of the person that came for the the the, the items, but nothing was done. About 8 years now, but in the same year, a phone was missing from the same house that we live in, because the person is my uncle. So, and he has the car, so he went to the police. The police came and followed him to the house, and the phone was not found. I was the same person that found the phone. That the person hid it somewhere. So I found the phone. But my case that I even brought evidence forward. My case was not handled. So this is the fear that people don't want to say it, because when they say it, the system doesn't help. The system will keep shut on it. They will not take any action. So let's say, for example, I had we have this one too. There's a platform that we joined some time ago called Future Tax. That platform is how you watch videos and then you make money. So at the later end, we were making money. People were making money. They were withdrawing, but it became a time when they started taking deposits. They don't take withdrawal. They destroy the withdrawal links and all stuff. So later they even give donations to orphanages to make people feel like the thing is actually real. So people invest a lot of money into these platforms. They give items out. Even the organized party, some party was even organized at Hotel Steven just in whole here. People attended, but at the later end, they ran away with the people's deposits. So these are some of the things. And if you go and report this thing to the police, where are they going to start from? Where are they going to start from? So at times, some of the things we put ourselves into, some of them. Let's say, for example, they say, oh, watch video. If you watch video and you watch video for maybe 10 minutes, we'll pay you 10 CDs or maybe 20 CDs. That is greed, though. What the question you should ask yourself is that, what that video, if I watch that video, what is the benefit the person getting before he's going to pay me these 20 cities? But we don't think about that. Once they said, they mention money, then we jump into it. Oh, let's make some hookahs, let's make some hookah, but we don't know where the money is coming from, where they are also targeting to get you from. So that's what I have to say on this for now. Thank you.
Thank you very much for that insight. Honorable, so the platform is being open to viewers' contribution. So we have Honorable Jones on the background who would love to input some suggestions before the house today. Honorable Jones.
Thank you very much, the host and the panelists, for a beautiful session. This topic is actually very interesting. Listening on the air, I must say that it will amaze you that this bundle selling, some of them are genuine, but some of them are actually scams. Of which I know a friend who was scammed of 1,000 cedis from this particular issue, and asked me how it's been done. The ones that always include 1 terabyte of data bundle, they are mostly the fake ones. Because the genuine ones, they don't sell above around 200 gigabytes. But if you see the ones selling from 1,000 gigabytes, it is most likely to be a scam. So all they do is that after you pay the money, then they'll tell you that they want to do the thing for you. Then they'll lie to you to say your password. Then after you give them your PIN code, they will now enter your Momo into a Momo app. They'll enter your number into Momo app, enter the password you have given, and withdraw all the money in your account. And that's all they
I'm
do for that
actually a
friend of mine.
victim to that, so
Mm-hmm. So we really have to educate our people on this. And it is really devastating because it is a service you have even paid for. You have paid them for the bundle. They don't do the bundle. Then they clear your account in addition. In addition. So with
and
this
borrow on top.
and borrow on top. It's a very serious issue. It's a very serious issue. So having seen this, I've been scouting through Facebook and I saw a particular Facebook page called the Scam Bait. And what they do is that, India has around 1.14 billion people. So most of
Yeah.
them actually have a lot of scam caller centers. So this guy has dedicated his entire time learning hacking, how to trace people, and then destroying their caller centers. And he succeeds in most of them. When he discovers them, he blocks all their ways in which they are able to get people, and then from there destroys their entire website, destroys their database, and then the call center will not be able to work again. You'll be shocked that most of the things that they even scam about is when you buy a printer, they know the people who buy the printer, so that won't be happening with the printer, but they'll call you that the license of the printer is expiring, so you have to register it. And most of these people, you see, it's a printer. The people who use them don't know anything about printers. So if you have bought a printer and then they told you that the permit is coming to expire, if you don't renew, you can't use the printer again, you succumb to their thing. And they'll do that, and then they'll be deducting from your account $5 or $10, $15. And that is how come these scam centers are making money. This is a very serious issue. And I think this discussion will give more exposure to our people. So I commend the panelists for a good work done. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Jones. My dear panelists, you've heard from our guest caller and speaker as well. Is there any input to what he said, or is there any subtractions? We'll start with you, Honorable Charles.
Okay, thank you very much. I would say what the caller said is actually a very pressing issue. They have ways that they get people, and you'll be amazed when they use a particular one for you right now, and they know very well that it's cast. They will definitely find an alternative that you will not even be aware of. So what he said is actually happening, and it's a true one. And the data aspect, that one is very very serious, because they will tell you that 5 gig
That's
for,
for
they
mommy.
can tell you 5 gig for 5 CDs or 5 gig for 10 CDs. So when you see that, you tend to, okay, this data is cheap, then that's when the greed come in. So like I spoke about greed. So you feel like these things are cheap. You want cheap things, so you go in and then you get scammed. And there are other ones too that they use. They will tell you that they will send those I think this one is even very common. They will send messages that uh, Mahama is President Mahama is sharing data for uh, 1 terabyte data for students. So kindly hit the link and then redeem yours. Ask the question you should ask yourself is that, why is President Mahama giving out data? Will he really give out data for free, like just like that? What have you done? What have you done then that they will just give you data for free? And there are some too I've also experienced is that when you go on let's say TikTok like that, when people look at your profile, they look at how you dress, then they begin to chat you, they begin to like want to befriend you. When you are ignoring them, they will keep on sending. They want to get your email, they want to get your this, they want to be your friend and all that, because they see that, oh, the particular way that you have dressed, you might definitely have money. So they try to befriend you, they try to, so many ways they send you all kinds of links. And there are some too
Hey,
that they will
please,
send you a link
before
that
we
there's a photo of you
then,
on this
are we
website.
still at this
Then you click on it,
sitting
you
up
go
for me?
there, your information, you go on the internet, your information is being traced. They can
Yeah,
hack your phone
working on the
and
back.
then take your money or whatsoever.
This is
And they have
the seven number
platforms to
that we did.
where they can add you for your card details. So that's why it's very critical that we have to know why the site that we are using to maybe
They
to
said
buy things,
tomorrow now they're
because
closing
when you
24.
enter your card details, they can deduct
What
directly.
they need
Like
to do.
when you buy online, they deduct from your account directly. They don't need your approval before they deduct.
Hey,
Once you enter your card
hey,
details, you approve, they do that
hey,
directly. So we have to be conscious of this
hey.
online purchase and that,
They will
because
do that correction
these
this time.
people are advancing day in day out, because the system,
Well,
no matter how
everybody
hard we
has
try to protect the system, me I realize that when you try to
find
protect
an
it,
impact
rather
based on the
there are
experience
loopholes
you
all
to
over.
observe
In
and
every
post.
system there are loopholes, so when we close one, another one opens. But what we should be aware is that we should be conscious of whatsoever. We should be conscious, very conscious with whatever we do on the internet, either being purchasing data, either being making transfer, either being whatsoever. Just be conscious, reason with the things should make sense to you. Don't just see something that is very very promising, the deal is very very good, then you feel like, oh, I need to take opportunity and take this deal and save some money. At the end of the day, you end up, your account will be emptied and you end up crying or frustrated. So that's what I have to say for now. So thank you very much.
Honorable Belief, but before Honorable Belief gets our final word, I would love anyone after Honorable Belief would be taking our final words on today's topic before we end today's episode. Honorable Belief, any words on what our caller said?
Okay, thank you very much. With what you said concerning data, they are very, very true. And there's one thing that what they do that you would think they are genuine people, even they'll even bite people, and people will be saying in the comment section that I just received my own, I just received my own, and then you realize that, oh, Charlie, there's a review, somebody say he has got it, so you actually go for it. So I just want to let the listeners know that all those things are part of the fraud. When people are saying that, and I was a victim of one that was last year, and this one, everybody who checks genuine. Somebody like when Honorable Charles made a comment about watching video for some minutes. Yes, I got one. Then I watched video. Then they said pay some amount of money. I paid the money. Then I was actually withdrawing the money. I was gaining from inside. Then because of
That
that,
is
I
a
was so
Ponzi scheme.
Yes. So they are trying to gather more people to get more people, more money. Then they'll close down the thing. So let's be very careful. Sometimes people will be giving a testimony. I've received my bundle. I've received so and so. Let's be very. All those things are very. They are part of the fraud. So that's why I would tell my listeners that see, let us not be greedy. Nobody will dash you money in these hard times in the social media. Nobody will give this money to you. So thank you very much for listening to us. Thank you.
Honorable Wilhelmina, Miss Wilhelmina, Miss Wilhelmina.
Hello, thank you. So, my final input is that we should arise to stop cyberbullying. We have means we the youth can arise and stop bullying. And then the ways would help others to we should stop the stigma and then telling people that it's normal and things it's not normal to be bullied. Yes, it's not normal. So we should stop cyberbullying. That's the best. That would help we all as youth and our parents and everybody. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much. We will take our final words from every panelist on board today before we wrap today's episode. Ladies and gentlemen, please any final word on today's episode, starting from you, Honorable Charles.
All right, thank you. I want to thank our listeners as well. And there's one thing that Honorable Belief spoke about, that two or three or more people will be in a room. All of them will be sitting in one room. Then you see them on a group chat. They'll be commenting that, oh, I've also received mine. There was this, I had this similar experience when we were doing that thing. They told me that I'm on probation, so I'm not allowed to chat in the Telegram group, but I'm allowed to see whatever that goes on there. I'm not allowed to chat. They say I'm on probation. But you see them posting things. Oh, I've gone to Starbucks. I bought this. I bought this. Oh, I bought this car. I bought this car through this platform. You see all these things just to lure you to enter into it. And moreover, I want to also speak about this one. Um, we see prominent people like they will use fake accounts and be chatting you, and then they will promise you appointment, they will promise you things, but we should, as listeners, we should be very conscious of whoever that chat has. No minister, no cabinet minister, no government appointee, no CEO will chat you, knows you on social media, will come and chat you personally and have time and be chatting with you, telling they have a lot of things to do. They don't have the time, the luxury of time to be chatting you that they don't even know from anywhere. These are some of the things that they do on social media these days. They will create an account in the name of the person and pretend to be the person, and just to defraud you. And one more thing I will also say, like I said earlier, before we put content out, we should ask this question: why, who need to see this? Why do I need to put this out there? This goes to all our blog, those who are blogging, those the young ones. They should be very careful in whatever we put out there, because whatever you put out there will be cut for you in the future, and it will shock you. And also, uh, those those that do comment on people's people's comment section, comment hatred and things, you should also put yourself in the person's shoe. If this has been done to me, how will I feel? If you don't feel well, don't do it for anyone. And also, I believe we fighting cyberbully is a huge task, and we might not be able to tackle it, because when one loophole is being discovered, another one is being opened elsewhere, and it continues to become like a circle. So we should be very, very vigilant on whatsoever that we do on the online space. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Honorable Charles. Honorable Belief, any final shout outs on input on today's topic?
All right. Thank you very much Our cherished listeners, we want to say we thank you for listening to us. And one thing I want to say is that let's be vigilant. Let's be very careful. Our adversaries are around us. People every day, people are very strategic at planning how to fraud us, how to bully us. So let us not allow ourselves to be bullied, because once you open your door down, thieves will enter. But if you lock your door, thief will not enter. So don't forget, make sure that don't allow yourself to be fraud. And also, as Honorable Charles said, very, very true. Those kind of comments, hurtful comment that sometimes people are sharing, their comment, it's not good. Sometimes it affects people's mental, which sometimes the person, you don't know what is actually wrong with the person, and you will continue, you hear that this person has collapsed somewhere, and maybe it is you, because of your comment, because of your actions, and let's be strong as well. These things happen. You need to be strong for yourself. So please be very careful on social media. If you don't have anything to do over there, go and watch and go. Stop over clicking. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And that was indeed an insightful and valuable input from our panelists. And I would like to say a very big thank you to Mr. Agostu Believe, Mr. Nyati Emmanuel, Mr. Hosu Charles, and Ms. Okotu Hermina for their valuable insight. And we know in a society where digitalization is an order of the day, cyberbullying is a major and rising concern. And to combat cyberbullying in Ghana, it is crucial we work together, government, schools, parents, and social media companies to create a safer online space. Let's keep spreading awareness and supporting victims. My name remains Matilda Akosua Docia, and as usual, I'm your host. See you same time next week. Bye bye.